It is impossible not to be able to talk about the kolo playing and also then to go to where it started. Out of what it's impossible. It is what it is. And it's the way things had played out, and God wanted it that way. It was God's will. That when I was thrown out of the meeting, and I cannot even get into the setups and being thrown out of the meeting, and also it was like a death experience, unlike anything I had ever experienced. I had felt it in my gut. I had felt it in my stomach. But here's what's interesting, that 5 days later, it's kind of like God's way of saying, hang on for 5 days. That in the worst time, in the darkest time, when the question is, where was God? When God was sending me to Kolo University when I was thrown out of the meeting. That's the truth. It is what it is. It's not a grudge. It's just it's just history. It's just that's what it is. That's where I started to learn. 5 days later, when my dad's friend had from Arizona sent the notes for the Kolo, and I started to learn the Kolo playing, played my first Kolo 2 weeks later. Dan, now to say a word to Dan. To Dan, God had blessed me. God saved my life. I'm not dead yet. God wants me around. God, I'm still hanging around. After 5 days in the hospital a year ago, and God having saved my life, and that's wonderful. But also, where I had played 3 kolos that God had given me for my Serbian Orthodox Easter, and each one is more beautiful than the other. Dan, I'm going to make a few tutorials so you can see what I'm doing. But what I'm learning, and also every time I learn a new kolo, a new piece of music, I'm learning something new. And I cannot be angry at the same time, and especially with Easter. We have a saying in Serbian, čak I dušmani se rukuju kad su praznici. That means even bitter enemies shake hands when there's the holiday. So I can't be mad at you and do my Serbian music. I'm not super Christian and super forgiving. I'm just being practical. I'm being real. I'm being real that I can't be mad, and especially the energy that it took for me to do these 3 kolos, Beograđanka, Rumenka kolo, and Kolubarski vez. That the energy that it took, this was like the next bar of Serbian playing. That when there's Serbian dances, what you hear, and God having promoted that I can't do that music and be angry at you at the same time. I'm not super Christian, I'm just being practical. And then when 5 months later, after you threw me out, I went to Disney World. That's the truth. That's the story. It's like you just got thrown out of the meeting. What are you going to do next? I'm going to Disney World, where my parents had sent me. So where God turned a bad situation into a good one.